Hey everyone, welcome to Half Dragon AP.
And today we are playing Traitorous, presented by Kobold Press.
Hey everybody, I'm Erik Frankhouse. I'm the GM for Traitorous, and let's meet the Guardians.
For the Traitorous campaign, I'm going to be playing the character, the Grizzle Hide Shadow Domain Cleric, Geralt Shadowvale.
And I am going to be playing Nira, the Darkul. Yeah, the Darkul.
You can find me on Twitter at PW Monster Hunter.
And find me on Twitter at Athena Palmer _FG.
Hello, everybody. I'm Noir. I go by he, they pronouns. You can find me all over the internet as the Noir Enigma. That's Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And today I'll be playing the Shadow Wizard, Nicholas.
Hey everybody, it's me, Little Red Dot. I'm the content production manager for Kobold Press, and you can find me online where Little Red Dots are found. For this game, I'm going to be playing Sir Pepper Bristlebottom, who is our Ratasuk Umbral Binder rogue. Now, let's hop into the game.
Okay, so last time we played, episode 2, in the Screaming Halls, our group pulled a fast one on me, the GM, and they murdered the main person that we were supposed to be dealing with. They burned the vampire alive in this small little stone prison, and it's okay, because at the end of that episode, I had everyone decide who was going to open their bags first, and Nicholas opened theirs, and in the bottom of that bag was a bloodied crown, specifically the crown of the king of the Gilded Glade. So we don't know why they have it. We don't know what they're going to do, but I would like to point out, because they went into that little stone viewing area, they also have the ring. And technically speaking, both of those things together, they can claim themselves as the king if the king is dead. Now, I don't know Nicholas that well. We've only played 2 episodes with him, so let's get into the 3rd episode and see if he's going to do what I think he's going to do. Hey, everybody. How are we doing? Are we all ready?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yeah?
I mean-
No? Yes? No? It's all over the place. Okay.
Pepper Bristlebottom is always ready. Dot, on the other hand,
Always.
I'm a little concerned.
You should be very concerned. So, obviously, we're using the Book of Ebon Tides for a lot of this. And specifically, I wanted to do something with the Shadow Roads. We did a little bit on the way through where we did our survival roll to find out if, you're late to the party. And in this situation, we're going to be doing the same thing, but this is you leaving, resting in the cave, coming out of the mouth of the cave on the Shadow Roads, and into what should be an elven village. We'll see if you arrive at the village or if you arrive somewhere else based on how well you use the Shadow Roads. Ooh. So out of the party, who is the best at survival checks?
I think that's Dot.
I have a 6.
Yes, Dot.
I think that's Pepper.
It's old Bristlebottom there.
Yes,
Oh,
yes, right. You can't be this cute and not have a good survival.
Is that how that goes?
Yes, clearly you don't know because you may not be as cute as me, Eric.
Wow.
But yes.
Wow, the savagery is real. I see how it is. You can't be as cute as a squirrel.
So, there's no way.
There's no way to do it, huh?
Or as scary all at the same time.
Okay. So if that's the case, give me your survival roll. Let's see if we can get.
Let's roll with some real dice.
Yeah, I would say everybody should use roll dice, but you do what
let's
you
roll
want
with
to
real
do.
Dice. Okay.
Do you have the real dice? Can you show off the real dice?
Oh, I don't. You know what? I will get them, but I do not have them in this exact moment. I know exactly where they are, but they're not in this room. Yeah, I was about to say I will have them next episode. But the bad news is I only rolled a 13.
Okay, well, you're right. That is bad. That's not the best. So we have a drifts and travel chart for the game. I'm going to pop it on everyone's screen again so they can see it. A 13 isn't glorious. Travel time is as usual. It's increased by 10%, which should have taken you about, I would say, 8 hours to get out of this place. You did your rest. It's now taking you closer to 10 hours to get out.
Oh.
And when you come out, everyone is exhausted, but you come out in the village.
Okay.
With that said, I need everyone to give me a constitution save for the travel of climbing. Like, gotta remember, when you travel underground, it's not a straight shot. You're climbing through ventilation. You're climbing around stalactites. You're crossing underground pools. It is hard physical work traveling underground. If anyone's done actual spelunking in life, it's not easy.
What is the check
20,
again?
not natural.
Constitution.
18
17
total.
for old Geralt.
18 for old
15.
Nicholas.
For
15?
myself.
Ooh.
Do I
So
need
far,
to
I
roll
think we're
for-
good. What did Geralt get?
17.
Okay, no one gets tired. When we arrive at the village, everyone will not be exhausted. You'll still be able to do what you want with no penalties.
I'm still young.
You're still young. You're still young. So as we come in to this small city, you're coming in from the west-hand side or the left on the map. I'll drag your characters over and kind of line you up over here. And this is where we're going to be making our way into this village. The shadows are pretty dense. They are all over, and you can see them kind of lingering on the edges of the houses and around everything that would be safe. So if you're going to go into a house or try to find your way into a place to rest for the evening, you're going to have to use some light and push everything aside and make sure you're good for the evening. But let me give you this, and I'm going to paint your scene ahead. I'll put all your characters down. Boop. Hopefully they all work here. There we go. You can put yourself in any marching order you want to be. In this town, there are 3 fountains. The one right in front of you when you come in is pretty mucky and dried out and is overgrown with mushrooms. Past that, you see 2 other fountains, and they are splattered in blood, and bodies are leaning up against it, faces down in the fountain. There's probably 3 dozen people between the 2 fountains.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very busy.
South of, they're face down in the fountains, all of them.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Like-
I misunderstood the face down part. Okay.
Bent over the edge of the fountain and dunked in the water at the
Like
waist.
swimming?
Just the upper half. South of South of that is a wagon. It is splattered in blood as well, and you can hear growling coming from that wagon as soon as you cross underneath that bridge with the 2 guard towers at the top. And that would be right here. To the north, there's a large building for multiple people to stay, and it looks like Eastmore goes into a little bit more of the village commons, and there's a bunch of small buildings and huts for people who live here. The only sound you hear is the growls and the fountains pumping out water.
Mr. Erik Frankhouse presents. I am missing a very vital member of our party.
Maybe he's right there.
Here. The other vital member, the Spellhound I befriended last.
Oh, son of a... I forgot about the fact that you decided that it was a special day. I will bring them out for you.
I do
yeah.
want
What
to
is
point
with you
out.
and getting pets every
I
time?
do want to point out, Mr. Frankhouse presents, that if you just go on the character, it says that I understand animals better than people.
I know
On my
that.
character sheet.
I didn't understand. I was not given the cliff notes on the mistakes of giving you animals.
Yeah.
Not bad.
You really should have.
Not bad.
I am a befriender of all animals. I will have
There's your spell.
menagerie. I would like to call. You said anything but a C name. I will call him Shade.
It's like right on the line.
Well, we're changing his name now. He's not Shadow anymore. Now he's Shade. That's the final.
No,
During this
Shadow-
10-hour trip, you're like, Shade is a better name than Shadow.
No, Shade is the Spellhound. Shadow is the Displacer Beast.
Great.
I have to say, as a wizard, I hate that we're walking around with a spell.
I 100% agree with you, and I think it's delightful.
As an apex predator, I am very upset that they're
Better apex predators in the room.
Yes.
So as you make your way in, I guess, what does the group want to do? It's quiet. Besides this area over here has the growls of creatures, and this wagon, it is closed. It looks like the sides move up on it to kind of give cover, but you hear numerous growls coming from it.
So I want to go in the opposite direction of the growls.
Okay.
Usually nothing good happens when you go to growls.
I would like to go toward the growls, but I want to stealthily do so.
Sure, yeah. I would say, because you're actively doing it within 30 foot, give me a stealth roll.
Cool.
And while you're doing that, Geralt and Pepper, what are you two doing?
Miss Bristlebottom, after you.
Apex Predator shoves the squirrel out front.
So go ahead. Because I dare say it sounds like something's a bit hungry. I shall make myself sparse.
Okay. Are you going north as well this way, like away from everything?
I think I'm actually gonna. Give Athena's roll first because I've got something special I'm gonna do.
Okay,
26.
Athena. What did you get?
26 for stealth.
20. Ooh, okay, 26, pretty good. As you get closer to it, because you are used to dealing with animals, you smell like wet dog. And then underlying under that is a smell of iron.
Frankhouse, real quick, did we get a
Sure.
long rest by any chance?
Yeah.
We did.
Yes, you got a long rest. That was before the travel in the cave.
Gotcha.
After the flambeing of the vampire.
You know what? I would like to fade. I think it's fade into black.
Okay.
It is the cover of the night. I can't remember which one. Basically, I want to go one with the shadows because I would like to try to sneak around it.
Around the wagon
other
here?
side,
Or...
the long way here.
Okay.
Around that
Okay.
second fountain.
Oh, you're going to go by the fountains.
Yes. I'm going to try to not touch these bodies and these fungus that's around it.
It's important. As you cross the fountain, you can see everyone who's in the fountains. There is a rope that basically looks like someone drove pythons into the four corners of the fountain, and a rope so people could not sit back up.
Oh.
Interesting.
And
Is
there
there
are
any
weights
way-
on them hanging in the fountain, and it looks like these people were deliberately drowned.
Is there any way, as a cleric, that I can make a religion check to see if this water had been blessed at all? I know that sounds a little silly in our world.
It
But
does not sound silly. You 100%
awesome.
can do that.
I want to see if the water's been blessed. Let's see.
Sure. Do you have detect magic as well as a priest? I think you do.
I don't think I took it as a spell.
Then just give me a religion check.
Ritual. Yep.
If you ask Nicholas, he'll be able to cast it for you.
It's a 14. If it fails, I will be asking this Nicholas.
So looking at it, you can't tell if it is tied to religion. You can tell this was deliberately done. It looks like someone who's trying to take a sanctuary or a holy site and defile it.
Yeah.
Ah.
But I will say everybody who is in here is a mix of elves and humans.
In that case, I'll still be calling over Nicholas. It's like, good Nicholas. Nicholas, please.
Yes.
Come close. The water, this is obviously deliberate, and I think it might be to desanctify some holy ground or so. Could you look into this a bit?
In matters of holy ground, I'm not exactly sure, but if you're looking to see if there's any sort of magic at work here, I should be able to.
Whatever you could ascertain would be fantastic.
Okay, yes, it should be no problem. Just give me a second. He starts to take out some candles to do a ritual casting of detect
Now
magic.
that takes 10 minutes, right?
Correct.
Okay, while
I'll
you
go ahead and
start the
checking
ritual
perimeter
casting,
for him.
then the most important thing is going to be where Shade and Shadow are, where Pepper went, and obviously Nira, who is standing next to this growling wagon.
So I'm assuming that if I'm probably gonna have Shade and Shadow.
I have to give you
Shadow.
access to them. Yep,
I can't move him.
I got it. I got you. Controlled by all players. There you go.
There we go. Like over here on this side, because I'm trying to see if there's any way I can see inside.
If they are within 15 foot of each other any given time, they're disadvantaged because they want to fight.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I'm just giving you a heads up. You've traveled them for 10 hours. You've been playing Mama the whole time and separating them when they get into fights when you're traveling.
Okay.
Do you want them on the other side of the wagon?
Well, like...
I'm watching you play, and it's like, how can I play this game while keep them 15 feet apart, but also close to me because they're my babies?
Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. That is exactly what's going on. All right, my babies.
I saw the metagaming eyes turn on for a second.
Yeah.
You're like, how do I do this?
Cool. Would that work? Because I'm just trying to get a kind of a peek inside to see what's inside without like agitating the animals.
Sure. Okay, so the front and back have a door on it. There are latches down the side. They're like thick leather, almost like belts or buckles that you can undo, and that would lift the side of it open. Otherwise, you'd have to pick a lock to open to get into it.
But there's no way to see inside of it, correct?
No way to see inside. It is deliberately covered in, like, the entire thing is covered. You would know animals sometimes do better when they can't see anything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a covered animal wagon of some form.
Okay.
No, is it just you two over there? What are your two passive perceptions?
Me?
Mm-hmm. Both you and Girl, because Girl stepped up as well as the ritual's getting casted for the next 10 minutes.
Okay. Ooh, 19.
Okay, that's your passive? That's high.
Passive.
Oh, sorry, no, passive.
Passive is 14 for me.
Yeah.
14? That's good enough. 14. So there are markings on this that look very similar to the windmill crate that you found back in the cave. There's like a brand on the back side of the wagon with the windmill, and it has a second tower behind it like this.
Can I try Arcana to read these runes?
It's not a rune. It's a mark. It would be more like society kind of stuff. It really is an arcane. It's more like a symbol or a mark of an organization.
So like a history check?
History would work as well. Yep. Society falls under history.
I'm not good at the histories, but I'll try.
Me neither.
That's a 5. What?
Mark
Tell me
looks
what
familiar.
I know about these cave markings.
You know who would have known about it? That vampire.
Damn. Too bad for him.
Yeah, I'm okay not knowing about this then. Screw
All
that
right.
vampire. I'm glad he's dead.
Are you opening the wagon? And Pepper, are you moving over?
Yes. So Pepper, while we took our long rest, you might have noticed Pepper doing something a little strange. As an Umbral an Umbral Binder rogue, it allows me to do something special when I take a long rest, which is actually kind of pull the darkness into myself and hang on to it to do things later. So today, I think I'm going to, when I'm in dim light or darkness, as part of my move, I can teleport up to half my speed to an unoccupied space, and I have advantage on the first dex stealth check I make. So I will make my dex stealth check, knowing that this could just end up really bad. They got that whole wagon surrounded. Yeah, I think Pepper's 5, 10, 15, so I can at least teleport half. I'm going to teleport to here-ish and make that stealth check with advantage and hopefully do well.
In the middle of the road, in the middle of the light.
I think what I meant was like, I want to hide against... Oh, you know what? I'm going to hide against this. I mean, I'm tiny as hell.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of places to hide, but standing in the middle of the sidewalk, that's where you see squirrels.
That's where you see them.
So, you don't see them when they're everywhere else.
Actually, what would it take to get on top of the of the wagon?
You? Nothing. It's got plenty of handholds and stuff to climb. I am not worried about that in the slightest.
All right, cool. Let's do that. I'm going to get on top.
I am worried if they hear you, so that would be the most important.
That would be the stealth check. So
or smell you.
Tell you what. Oh yes. If Roll20 wants to load my character sheet, I will tell you. Come on, Roll20.
Dot's got so much going on.
I know, it's just like it can't. Okay, here we go. So that would put me at a 21.
That's good. So you stealth up top. The dog growls that are coming from inside. They stop as soon as that first scurry of squirrel talons hit that side, and they stop for a minute and they listen. When you get up to the top and they start going back to growling, but it doesn't seem directed at you.
Okay, good. Yeah, now that I know, my tail pokes up, my ears poke up, I make sure that they don't. Yep, great.
Yep, you're safe. You definitely bypass what they're doing. So now we have 5 people around a wagon. Are you opening this before we pass 10 minutes?
Can I maybe use insight or animal handling to determine what type of animal this is based off the growl?
It's a dog. It's a canine of some form.
Is this a soft-topped roof on this wagon?
No. Actually, it is made of all wood.
Are there cracks where I could maybe
peaked.
peer in?
It's peaked, right? And where that peak is the 2 hinges where the sides would raise up. Think like a DeLorean.
Yep. Okay.
I cannot believe I just used that as a reference in a fantasy game.
I knew exactly what you meant, though. I kind of crouched down on the top of this wagon. I looked down at everyone like, what's the game plan? I have my little daggers ready.
Now, you're tiny. There's a chance Pepper could find an access to get in.
I was about to say, I don't necessarily got to get in. I just want to peep.
If you're up top looking through, if you want to give me a perception to try to find a spot where maybe you could peek in with some light.
Sure. Can do that. Maybe not. That makes it a 14.
It's enough to where you can find a crack. The first thing you notice when you get your nose near is it smells like a campfire from the top. When you look inside, the inside it's like charred or something, and you see not 1, not 2, but 3 sets of eyes look up, and they're canine. You have dark vision, right?
I do up to 120 feet, actually.
I would say arcane or religion, or if you have any planes knowledge of some form from a class feature or anything, any of those would be applicable.
I guess I'll just give it my animal handling would be, I'm not really handling them, am I? Okay.
No, I guess you can start talking to them if you're trying to calm them without knowing what they are.
Well, I rolled a nat 20 on that Arcana check. I'm guessing I've seen these guys before.
Yes, it is a very rare version of a hellhound.
I poke up off the top. I go, it's a hellhound. Hellhounds.
However, I said rare version, not versions.
Rare Oh, I see. Oh. Just one. Lots of eyes.
Got it.
Okay.
Drawing the axe.
Okay, well, it cannot get out of where it is. Are you opening the wagon to fight a thing that cannot fight you right now?
No.
It's the easiest time we'll have to kill it.
Are you staying up there and watching inside, Pepper?
Yes. Is it noticed me or is it on them? Like it knows they're outside the wagon?
Whatever moved, you don't know if it's noticed you or not. You know they can breathe fire at that natural 20. If it saw you, you'd be getting cooked.
Great. So it still hasn't seen me.
So you do notice that inside, while the cage is big, there's a 5-foot area on the left-hand side, that back door, with a desk and books stacked that are strapped down. And it looks like the person who would be traveling with this. There's storage on the back side.
Right.
This creature is easily 9 foot long.
So it accidentally got trapped in here, is what it looks like?
No, it looks like it's being transported. So there's a cage inside of this wagon. So
I
it's like
see.
Wagon, cage. Over here, there's an area, looks like a desk and a little workstation. In the back spot on this side. Do you want to do this before he finishes his ritual? Because I will tell you, if you open this thing up while he's doing his ritual, you are going to interrupt it. Or a good chance of interrupting. I don't know. Nicholas's focus may be solid, but
when I'm given a task, I obsess, man. So
that's true.
it'll be hard.
It's true. So up to the group. Do we want to do this now, or do you want to wait until he finishes what he's doing?
I'm holding the axe. I won't open nothing.
It depends on if Pepper is telling us this information.
Yes. Oh, I'm like hellhound, multiple eyes. Don't.
It starts to stir when you're talking. It's now it knows there's something up there.
I freeze.
As every squirrel does in the middle of the road.
Yep, in the middle of the road. I freeze.
I've decided that deer and squirrel have the same survival trainer.
Oh, for sure.
Like that's the same druid going, when you're in the middle of the road, look at it, it won't see you. The same druid
you
teaching
don't
all
move, it won't see you.
Yeah.
You gotta flash the lights.
Yeah.
Move! Hey, I'm coming! What?
Oh my god, it makes me laugh every time. So with that said, are you climbing down, staying up there? What do you want to do?
How far out are we from having this ritual done? Is he looking like it's like on track? It's gonna be
It's been
good?
like a minute, so that's what I'm asking if you want to wait the 10 minutes before you do anything with the wagon. That's what I'm asking. So he can finish. Ritual's 10 minutes, correct, Noir? For Nicholas? Okay.
Does this wagon have? You said it had some matching imagery to the windmill, but does it have a destination tag?
That would be
thieves?
inside.
Oh, okay.
Probably with the books and everything that's on the little desk that's in there.
Any thieves' cant markings on this one?
Not from the outside. Maybe on the inside.
Don't think crawling in there's a good idea. And Pepper
You could
knows
probably fit through the hole if you squeeze.
So I'll like motion for Pepper to come down.
I kind of blinked down with my quick step.
Okay. So you blink down next to Nira. Okay.
So if she tells me about the hole, right, I'm going to go on the opposite side and try to use my animal handling to calm it down.
Here, I will mark the hole's in the top. It's right
It's
here.
in the top. I was looking
It's right
down
there.
through it.
It's right there on the top.
It's
You'd have
in
to climb
a
up there.
cage.
You're not
You
gonna have
could
a
go
menagerie
in, but you
of
might
that.
upset it.
I know I'm not, but I'm at least just trying to run defense so she can come in and maybe get us some information on that.
I think in the midst of doing the ritual, Nicholas is just gonna go, it's only 10 minutes. I'm almost there.
We can't wait. Must
Well, all right. Well,
shit.
I think we'll wait for Nicholas to be
All right.
done.
Please put yourselves wherever you're going to be during the 10 minutes of him doing the ritual.
Oh no.
I need to know where
you
you're
know
going to
what? While he's doing the ritual, I'm a squirrel. There's no way I'm sitting still for 10 minutes. Can I scope this area and see if I can figure out? There's no way. It's not happening. Can I figure out, were people like attacked here? Obviously they were forcibly
Give me an investigation.
drowned. Yeah.
And are you doing this stealthily?
Yes.
So I need a stealth and an Actually, I just need your passive stealth and an investigation.
My passive stealth is
Yeah, to be compared to anything that may be here is
21.
passive perception. Oh, wow, you are stealthy as hell. Okay. Then just investigation roll, please. Taking the
Okay.
10 minutes, probably 8 minutes after you guys are screwing around with the wagon, trying to figure out if it's worthy of open and breaking his entire ritual time frame.
Okay, I rolled an 18.
Going around this place, you can tell all the doors, the locks are busted. They've been kicked open. There's claw marks from the waist down on a lot of them. And then there's claw marks from like the door jams down on others. Most of the doors are scorched. The inside of the buildings are burned up when you look through the windows in spots. There are charred bodies all over the inside of this. This is an inn on the backside. Okay. This little one over here is a food tent, basically like a set shelter, like if you were at a Ren fair for like serving food to people. The inside of that whole thing is scorched. There's two people holding each other in the back of it, and they're just burnt outlines like a bomb went off. But with your investigation, you start noticing very important things. Almost everyone who was trying to run or flee, like at the edge near the shadows right now, and I'm assuming you don't want to walk into the shadows, they all have holes in them, like they have been shot. Because guns are something that exists in Midgard.
Yes.
That means that they also exist here. And you all know Iragog was a hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Most of these people have been shot when they were fleeing in the back.
So I creep back over after I've done a quick investigation to the group as we're near the cart. And I try in my softest squirrel voice to inform them of my findings. It seems that this hellhound was used to burn out these buildings, killing everyone. The rest of them were hunted down.
For what?
I do not know.
Pepper, can I get a history check from you?
Oh, we can sure try. I rolled a 10.
It's not that good. Does anyone else here have a history that's good before we get to him finishing the ritual? Because I know he probably... Noir, does Nicholas have good history?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, well, then we'll let him do a check after he's done with this. Anyone else have history? Anyone actually trained in it? All right, I wouldn't attempt it then. You're probably not going to get good information.
Yep.
You don't... This village, you've never been here. You've never heard of it. It's not been in your travels. According to you, when you guys came out of the shadows, the village should have been another, 6-hour walk, and it was closer than it should be. So more than likely, the shadows have actually moved it closer to the entrance.
The shadows play tricks on us all. It seems that maybe the city is moved, and more importantly, someone has taken it over. I've only seen such devastation in a clearing out.
And as that happens, the ritual finishes. Nicholas, give me your check after you finish your ritual, and I will give you... Well, we'll see how you do.
25?
That's really good. The detect magic goes off. What is your detect magic special looking as a shadow wizard?
So yeah, I think what it is that my shadow kind of creeps all around me and points to the different items that are magic, and then holds its hand over it, and whatever
whispers.
Its hand starts to glow the color of whatever school of magic it is.
Oh, okay. Is this visible to everybody else?
I would say no, because the effects of the spell magic are only towards self.
So while there are flickers of pieces of what is going on in here, and you see his shadow kind of move a little bit awkwardly, like it doesn't align with him in the light, it pulls up to him and expands out. There's some little effects that you notice, but nothing hugely visual. And then in the center, the water begins to rise out of the fountain. You see like a elongated tendril of the water come out, kind of wrap around the fountain, like the centerpiece. And when it comes all the way out, there is a woman in this blue-gray metal armor that actually emerges from it. And she's stained in blood.
Now, I'm going to ask a question that I hate that I am asking.
I love that you're asking it. That means it's a good question.
The spellhound was not close enough to me to freak out with my casting of detect magic. Was he?
You know what? That's a good question.
That's why I moved north, but I don't know the range
why
of
don't
the
you
spellhound.
give me? Let me have Nira give me a handle animal to see if she kept our new companion in check.
Ooh.
Oh no.
You want puppies? Now you get to handle them.
Yes, I will.
Apparently, you've never had 2 puppies in your house. It sucks.
One's a cat.
You gonna roll?
I was trying to find it.
She's just...
There it is.
I got it.
It's building up.
13.
And as this goes off, you hear the spellhound go, woo!
Oh, shit.
And then inside the wagon, you hear that one howl as well. Everybody's magical items turn off.
Fuck!
And this person who was forming shrinks back down.
I mean, that might be good.
And then disappears. And then the one that was forming in the other fountain disappears.
That might not be good.
What would the group like to do?
The
there's only 10 minutes. You can wait. As you know, the Spellhound's ability doesn't last forever.
Right.
But you do know, because you made a check before, that whatever's inside is definitely part of this pack.
Okay. Did I get anything with my 25 on the history?
The Hisk itself, this area where everyone has been murdered, the murders probably aren't as important as they were probably questioning people. And if people weren't answering, they were putting them in this and trying to curse this area. What you do know is something that privately I should probably send you.
Okay.
Pepper
Here you go.
Well, it seems that the ritual has worked, but I must say, doesn't it seem odd that this same symbol was found on one hound's cage and now another?
And then all the lights turn off as well.
Damn it. I have dark vision to 120 feet!
That's great. And the shadows begin to encroach into the area.
Oh, this is lovely.
We need light.
Hold on one second. Just give me 1 second. All right. Light.
Now, a new spell getting cast will not get canceled, so you 100% can cast a new spell, and that will give you, access to whatever it is you're casting. As the shadows move around and start to envelop the area, what spell are you going to cast?
Let's see. Oh, I don't want daylight, do I? Daylight. Fuck it.
Can I just say, the second I see what you're casting, I immediately dart to one of these buildings to jump inside.
That's fine.
Okay. So you're going to go where?
To one of the buildings up north here.
Okay. As you go in the building,
could you not say okay like that?
Even our squirrel just looked through windows. You make your way into the building, and as soon as you get in there, your shadow goes, something's here.
Well, whatever it is, it's here with us, and it's not in the daylight.
Behind you, you feel a small tap while everybody is outside. As you see light through the window in Blossom from Geralt casting a spell. The shadows push back a little bit, but not inside the building. When you turn around, there is this red-eyed, gold-scaled, small lizard creature. Its wings tuck back underneath leather armor, and his hand, he is holding a potion bottle that's too large for his hands. Something is written on it in Elven, but it's turned towards him. And he goes, "Are you the person I am supposed to speak with? They have sent me to password."
I am going to just change face to just a different looking.
So you change face and turn around.
Yes. And I go, I am who they have sent. What word do you have for me?
The portal. Here you are. This will give you access. Good. Tell Uragog we are sorry for failing him.
Now do away before my companions find you.
I will, sir, I will. And he moves away. As he does, he gets to the window opens, and you see these golden wings fan out, and gold coins drop and all over the inside of the windowsill as he flies away out into the shadows.
Let's grab him and shake
before he... You know what? No, I'm going to let him go into the shadows.
You're going to let him go? Okay. So he flies away then.
Mm-hmm. I am going to tuck what I just got away.
It's human-sized. It fits in your pouch absolutely fine. This creature is like 3 foot tall.
Yeah, and I'm just going to see what my friends are doing now that they brought light all up in this.
So as you bring light, eventually the shadows part ways for you. And they recede back to the outskirts where they belong. As the things that were coalescing in the ponds and the fountains are gone. The growls from the Spellhound and the Hellhound inside stop, and light comes back into existence. What does the party want to do?
I would like to take out my emerald goblet and start filling it with some water. And
would you like to use the bloody water in the fountain?
So I had thought about that, but what I want to do is I want to do just like my regular like wine skin, water skin, fill it up, because it turns into a green potion liquid that helps against shadow corruption. And so I'm going to start drinking it, refilling it, passing it over to Bristlebottom, passing over Nira. Nicholas is out of sight, out of mind, but when it's all done, I then would like to fill up with that bloody fountain water, and I want to see if it still changes to that green liquid.
It does. It does.
Smells it. Everything seems fine, huh?
Smells totally fine.
I want to pour it back out on the ground and see what happens to it.
You pour the green liquid on the ground.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna put the goblet back up. Already prepared. Everyone has a plus. Oh, wait. I'll tell you in a second when I figure it out. But you got help against shadow corruption if anything happens.
All right. 10 minutes are up. Nicholas, do you stay in the house and watch from the shadows in the house? Are you going to investigate the actual inside of the house from the inside? Because like I said, Pepper, you didn't go in, right? You were just kind of like looking through windows. Yeah, okay. I thought so. I don't know how brave of a little squirrel you were. If you were toaster level brave.
But, I am a spy, but this place is scary.
Yeah, I didn't know. Well, okay, so you're not toaster level brave. Nicholas is just part of the shadows. So, Nicholas, what would you like to do? No one can hear you, which is even better. You're just putting hands in front of your face. I know the voice. I can hear it.
What I would like to do next is investigate the house.
Give me an investigation roll, Noir.
Okay. Yeet. Oh, whoops. Sorry. I'm using physical. But I'll take the 12.
Okay. So what's your total?
12.
A 12 is total? Nothing. Other than what she said, it is charred up. You find bodies in here. People have been burned up. They all have been looted. There is nothing left behind. Like, the bodies are turned, hands are snapped off, like clothes that are worn is pulled away, they were burned. Pouches have just been destroyed. Everything has been taken of any form of value.
Did anything ping with the detect magic?
No, not at this point. It would have been too long ago. Any magical auras besides the fountains have passed.
Gotcha. All right. As soon as I see daylight come down, I'll kind of step outside of the house in a huff. You have to warn me before you do that sort of thing. It hurts my eyes, and I get little twinklies in my eyes, and it makes it very difficult to do other things.
My apologies, Sir Nicholas. I just thought of the vampires from the previous morn, and I thought maybe I'd protect us all.
Oh, then I don't believe there are any vampires here.
No, but I do believe there's much worse.
Yes, perhaps. Should we seek shelter in this cabin ahead of us here?
I worry about shelter anywhere here.
Well, I've gone inside, and there's not but me in there. I gave it a quick look. It's just a couple of bodies and
charred remains.
Yeah, we dealt with charred remains.
I will say the mill is only another hour from here. If you would like to get closer to the city, you could travel another hour, but you did just travel for 10 hours straight. Up to you all.
Those charred remains. Like jerky?
No. No. Like someone left a hot dog in the bonfire until the bonfire went out.
So it's just like ash and coal.
It's almost a briquette. Totally. Terminator holding the fence level burned up.
Like I can dip it in coffee?
No. There's no resuscitating it. No resuscitating it.
There's not going
to be anything from stopping those creatures from remanifesting in the fountains, or from them using that hellhound against us, just as they did everyone else here.
I think the hellhound has kind of been left to die because no one else is here.
I would like to wander over to this. I think you said this was like the food pavilion over here?
Yep, it's the food pavilion. The back part of it is like, so if I was at the counter, would that creature breathe fire through? So the back and the two bodies are charred, but the front half is still in good shape.
Okay, nothing.
You could all camp in there if you like. crammed together. Well, the three of you and the dog and the cat. It'd be cramped.
Doesn't seem too appealing.
Just thinking that maybe the hound was in shipment or is to be shipped. It is marked in the same crate as the last one. And I point to the dog that you saved or the hound you saved because it was being shipped with the same markings.
Collar has the mark on it.
But who... You know what I mean? Like, they just left it here. They left the poor thing here just to, sit in a crate? There's no one here transporting this.
Because we killed him. He was coming here with the other hound to collect this one and go to the mill, correct?
That was
it didn't get picked up because, well, we crispy fried him in a crevice.
True. Okay, that pans out.
I think we're using the "we" word of a little strongly. I don't know. I think
Yes.
Some of us chose a darker path than others.
Well,
I am not here to judge. We have all had to do what we have to do to survive in the realm of shadow. I'm just saying.
But that creature does not want to be locked up. That's very unfair to the creature.
It is.
well,
I've had a skivvy of a plan.
I'll kill it.
Wait. Let's see.
It seems
if we can just calm it first and let it go.
Why?
Well, while you all attend to these matters, personally, I am a little tuckered, so I'm going to go back into the charred remains building, set up a bedroll, and get myself a little bit of shut-eye.
So, Nicholas, I don't think it'd be wise to go to sleep just yet if they're going to release a hellhound. We're hoping that we can just pet and it won't try to eat us, apparently.
Animal handling!
By being in the building, I'm hoping that I'll hear if things go poorly.
Yeah, I know. I'm not letting you get out of this.
Whispering, So is Nero whispering to this creature inside the wagon through the wall? Like, are you face against him? Don't worry, it's going to be okay. Cool. What languages do you speak?
Oh, fuck. Excuse me. Sorry, just shut up.
Hey, we get 100 of them. Right?
Dark and Elven.
You start whispering in Elven and it growls, and that panel that you're leaning against, that side of it, starts getting hot.
Man, I rolled a 19.
Stop speaking Elvish.
I had for animal handling.
1, it can't see you. 2, doesn't like the language.
Can I try Darkul then?
It doesn't breathe fire on the wall anymore.
Cool. Then I will do Darkul. My native tongue.
Yeah.
I have a plan.
And
kind of.
I'd love to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, our dear friend Nicholas has, in fact, stolen the face of the person who was supposed to deliver this and that hound. What if we deliver it in his stead? Trick them, show up, all rouge-like, and
work.
more work.
Okay, it's not a terrible idea.
And then when we get there, we instead release a hellhound on them.
I rolled a synthetic 20 for my animal handling.
Okay, how do we explain the rest of our party?
Huh?
You have to be able to see it to do anything else. You're just talking through it through a wall. I don't know if you ever try to talk to a dog through a wall or door. It doesn't go well. It's just growling and low growl. You think you need to be able to see it.
Okay.
It is technically inside of another cage in the wagon.
Correct.
But it might spit fire at you.
There's no might. That's not a might. It's an absolute.
Okay. It's probably going to spit fire at you.
So open, move, look at it, calm it down. Right?
I do like the idea of moving the wagon. I think that's smart. There are the 2 creatures that were coming out of the pond, but those went away. If Detect Magic was casted again, you might be able to pull them back out. But moving the wagon's not a bad plan.
All right. I'll acquiesce to everyone's desires here, and then I am going to take a little bit of a sleep. Okay? So first, and I'm going to change myself to that vampire.
Okay.
And I am going to open up the panel to see this hellhound.
Okay. Are you... wait, you're going to open up from? Are you going to open the door, or are you going to open the big side piece? The door needs to be unlocked. The side, you just unlock it and flip the flap open.
Yeah,
but it's
I want it in the cage, but I want it to be able to see me.
Either way is the cage. The difference is door or an entire side.
Door.
Okay. So who's opening it?
The vampire that we cooked.
Where is everybody else going to be? I'm going to move you over. Are you going to do the front or the back door?
Here he goes.
I am going to do...
The back door had the little office. The front door has the cage right there.
I want to do the front door.
Where are the two pets
be
going?
in cover.
Are you going to move your pets away from the door?
Yes, I will move my pets away. Hold on.
Okay.
Where
is it? So Geralt is over at the food market. You find honeysuckle honeycombs that are covered in, each one is packed with a little bit of rabbit meat, and they're covered in honey. It reminds you of the Gilded Glade and the food that is served there.
All right, no.
Can I get a history check from you with advantage?
16.
This was the king's favorite food.
This was the king's favorite. This is good. Do you guys remember this? We had this on the last solstice. Guys, what are you doing?
So, all right. So once you open that up, we're going to be over here. We'll let it spit the fire out.
No.
And then I'll come in hot.
There
I
should be no fire.
Way too far away going, no.
Also, if I could, I would very much like to have the ashes so that I might have something of his scent on me.
Okay, I'll give you advantage on your roll for that.
Oh, that's so clever. That's so clever.
I mean, I could just bring this guy back to life.
The vampire that we murdered.
Yeah.
What?
You can do that?
That's
our king is in this box here. Our king is in this box.
I can reanimate him, right?
Oh, okay. Well, don't do that to our king.
And he can be like a little puppet.
I think that the town might be able to recognize undeath. My basic genetic understanding of the arcane.
It was already dead.
If you like I said, if you have the ashes on you, even if you rub a little bit on you like perfume, I'll give you advantage.
Might I have a sprinkle or two of ash?
I mean, a sprinkle or two probably won't hurt anything. I just need them back.
This is a rare situation where you bringing back an undead zombie vampire is the least.
Of course. All right, here you are.
Little trip to Flavor Town.
I'm gonna change my face. I need everyone. The changing of the physical form is one thing, but getting the mannerisms, that's a craft. All right. Mm-hmm. Zip, zap, zap. Zip, zap, zap. Aluminum, linoleum.
Who's doing a great job?
All right, here we are. And I open the door.
I need a handle animal with advantage from you. You're looking for an 18.
Oh, my goodness.
So the first one is a 15. My bonus is for animal handling 1.
Okay, 16.
And the second one, 19.
Yeah!
For a dirty 20.
As it turns, it's laying down, you see one head turn back. As it turns its body, you see the second head and the third head over top. So they basically are the entire door. They are inside of this metal cage. And it hits the cage once as you get it to calm. What language are you speaking?
Abyssal.
It understands it. It doesn't love it, but it does understand it. And it kneels down and puts its heads down, but they're both looking out past you at Nira. And you can see fire dripping from the faces of two of them.
I'm going to say in Abyssal, we have strange bedfellows that we will be working with. I need you to be on your best behavior until...
We pull our hellhound out here. I'm trying to think how much they give a shit. When it looks and you see its mouth open and there's like gaps in the skin and the fire's boiling out, it speaks back.
Oh shit! Sorry.
And hellhounds don't speak.
Oh.
Okay.
How many do we kill before we leave?
What language?
In Abyssal.
Is speaking Abyssal. Mm-hmm. The time for killing isn't now. The time for killing comes later, and you will know.
And like one after another, you hear, the pack is hungry.
I'm going to look at the party, smile like, hey.
As Mira's still like, puppy.
Left me 5 days. Village empty. Nothing to eat. And you see inside the caves, there's like skeletons. Like obviously stuff was left for him to eat, but it's all gone.
Oh, no.
What would you like to do, Nicholas, fake vampire extraordinaire?
Oh no, I'm thinking about doing something real evil. I'm going to turn over to Nira and say, they're willing to cooperate with us, but they are starving.
As I gesture to the fountains.
They need fresh meat. Might I suggest, and I know that you've grown close to this creature.
I'm sorry, what? What are you about to? No, what are you about to? What?
Don't forget, we need both hounds for the plan. Both hounds.
Oh no.
Yeah. What are you about to?
The spellhound.
I thought you said we're gonna find some fresh meat. I think that's what you said.
I will say there is another option. Someone could go hunt in the shadows for food.
Oh. How about... Oh, I'm a daft fellow. I step out, and I say, tell them that if they cooperate when we get where we're going, they can have a tasty bite of this here bristlebottom.
One of the hound heads slams against the top of the cage, and you see it move apart.
Kill it.
Would
you like a cute piece of this?
Oh no!
Are you standing where it can see you?
I peep like a squirrel leg into view to show my haunches and how tasty they are.
Welcome to Disney Channel horror. Would you put your leg out? They start smacking their lips, and all three, one of them goes, mine. The next one goes, mine. And they start arguing with each other. The middle one kind of headbutts both of them and says, not enough food for all.
It needs something bigger.
Okay. I look over.
Here?
I see Geralt eating food.
Yes, I come walking up, licking my fingers that are covered with honey and bits of rabbit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where'd you find all that?
It's in the food cart. We all were standing around this dog, and I went and had the King's Delight.
I will walk over to the food cart and grab as much meat as possible.
Oh, good luck with that.
Sure, you can find some rabbit jerky. And there's probably 3 bags of rabbit.
I grab the jerky for myself because stress eating is a thing I do.
Cool.
And I will go over with the 3 bags of rabbit. 1 bag for each head. Does that work for now?
I'm going to ask the Abyssal, will this...
Are you being sure you stay out of view? That's important.
Yes.
Okay.
I saw it go for that.
That is not enough
treat.
meat to satiate 5 days of us not eating.
I understand.
Want a meal.
I will send them...
Let's just go hunting.
And it sniffs and says, I smell bear, squirrel. Is that cat?
Yes,
it is. A menagerie out here.
No. Just
I feel there's a feast. Let me out.
Maybe.
But when we get where we're going.
And I'm going to turn back to the party. So The rabbit's good, but it won't be enough to satiate them. They've been starving for 5 days. They do smell all of you, and you do smell particularly delicious to them. So that would be a bit of a problem in terms of taming them and having them in our service, unless we were willing to make sacrifices via hunting in the shadows or
sacrifices.
Tell them if they eat the rabbit and cooperate, we'll hunt on the road.
Perhaps we can just leave the area and move on and just leave them trapped in their cages. And then we don't have to negotiate with those who are already trapped in their cage.
I just feel some type of way about like leaving a caged animal.
Oh no!
Open the cage.
Well, I mean, we can wait till we're out of town before we do that. But
I don't understand why we're negotiating with vampires and hellhounds. We just need to We just need to capture somebody.
Mr. And I start stress eating. Like, so I grab that jerky. I'm just like,
whose voice is that? Smells like food.
They are very hungry.
I need another handle animal. Keep him in check. You basically are just walking food over and telling it no.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's a 5.
Oh no.
The one head hits the bars and they bend a little bit. Would you like to shut the door?
grab stuff off the desk and shut the door. That was the whole point of us.
That's on the back side. I asked which one he was opening. He went to the other side. You can see through though right now. Even the beast covers most of it. On the backside, there is like a chair that is kind of strapped in, a traveling desk that's got like the roll top like mail desk, and there's books and stuff stacked all over shelves with like roping to make sure, netting to make sure it doesn't fall during travel.
Okay, so you know what? Since they didn't want my delicious squirrel haunches, they turned my offer down. I will use their upsetness as an excuse to maybe just peep in there and see what I can find.
You're going to crawl through the hole in the top?
Yeah,
I'll pick the lock on the back door.
I'll pick the lock on the back. I'm a rogue.
All right, give me your lock picking while they're doing their discussion and all the stuff that's going on. You're like, well, you don't want my leg, and you walk around or crawl under the cart or walk under the cart. You don't
something. Okay. I got a nice 8 to this sleight of hand, so we'll see how it goes. 22.
22. So you pick the lock. It's not magical. It is well made. The cart itself is well made. You pick it, and you pull the door open, and like the charred dust falls down from it blowing flame in here for the last 5 days.
Oh, I
trying
see.
To get out.
Yeah.
And you open it up, and you take your first step in. And you take your first step, you see the tail and the dog perk up.
I freeze. Can I make a stealth check?
Sure. Give me the squirrel stealth freeze check, please.
Okay. Yeah, I only rolled a 13.
Now, I would like to ask you, what are your Bond's ideals and flaws? Would any of them give you an inspiration to save your squirrel butt right now?
Okay. I always have a plan for what to do when things go wrong. That is a natural personality trait.
Okay. That sounds great. Hey, Dot, what plan do you have when things go wrong? If it's good, I'll give you your inspiration.
Great. Okay. In this case, this looks like you said a desk, so it was like a personal study?
Yeah, it looks like the old roll-top mail desk where you like push it up and it would open. And there's a bunch of drawers, which means in there's probably mail slots.
Mail slots, okay.
This would look like a caravan originally made for like moving messages throughout the Shadow.
Oh, it's like a UPS truck.
Sort of.
Okay. I immediately play dead. What better way to get an animal to not want to eat you than play dead?
So you roll, flurry, cover yourself in soot.
Yeah, I hit the ground and then I'm gonna.
You learn that from the new race coming out from Kobold Press, Possum Life. So, if you laid a hide, please tell Wolfgang you now have to make a possum race.
I do also have something else. Would you say, what size is this beast?
Almost past large.
Okay, I am considered a tiny creature, and not only am I tiny, but I have the unthreatening feat, which means that anything that wants to try to attack me must look at me and make a charisma check. I believe.
Are you serious?
Yeah, to not attack me and attack something else because I'm too fucking cute.
There's our
second F-bomb.
It's why I've never decided to eat her.
Wow, that is amazing. By the way,
I was going to say it only counts. It only counts if it attempts to make an attack against me. So it's a reaction, basically. I get to use where I'm like, please, sir, don't hurt me. I'm too cute. But
I love this. I think 100% it's trying to eat you.
I'm gonna fake my death until it attempts to eat me.
All right, we're going for this. I want to pull out my GM dice. I would like to point out I'm using a Hellraiser box because we're in October.
Oh, nice. That's smart.
And these dice are
okay, so it reads, you can use your reaction to make yourself seem pathetic and unthreatening.
What's my charisma check?
The creature must redirect its attack. So you gain the following benefits. Does it even get one until the when it tries, the creature must redirect its attack against, if no alternative, you can still, it doesn't even get a check, it just does.
So it turns back and looks, sees the squirrel playing dead, looks back at what he believes to be, his master.
Can I help during this?
Do you roll under the desk?
Yeah, I want to get, out of the way.
Okay. And it turns back and looks at you and goes, something's in here, and the door is open.
Seeing that my friend Bristlebottom is in danger, and I am sorry for this, y'all. I'm opening the door wide open.
Okay, so the door's wide open. There's a cage between you and it with enough room
I'm
to walk
opening
in
the cage door so that they run
Why?
So that Bristlebottom is safe.
I'm safe! I'm cute and unassuming!
Hold on. Are you yelling right now?
No.
Cool. So you undo the latch and you see it get down. And it hunches down and is ready to go.
I'll tell the Shade and Shadow to go hide, as I will as well.
Well, that's adorable. I need initiative between you, Nicholas, and the Hellhound. This is not what I expected to have happen. I was all about the wagon just getting pulled to the mill.
Yeah, me too. I was like, let's just take it with us. Good distraction. They'll think nothing's wrong. I just want to see what information is in here.
21.
Don't worry, it won't be in there anymore now.
Great.
That will be a 21 for myself as well.
Okay, 21 for you. So we got a 21. Mm-hmm. What else do we got here? 21. What else?
Do I need to roll for initiative?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
I wasn't told to, but I will if I need to.
Right? Nope. It's just I just want to see if he gets the cage open before Nira gets the animals out of harm's way.
So we have a roll off, Noir, because we got the same.
Yep.
Okay. Unless you just let me go first.
Can I? I'll.
Yeah, that would be lovely.
I'll let you get the animals out.
Well, okay, cool. Where are you running the animals to? Where are you telling them to go? Like out into the shadows?
No.
Go into the darkness. You'll be
safe. A house? Where do you want it to go hide?
I'm gonna.
That's what happens when you have two animals. One's gonna eat it in 4 episodes.
And then me and Shadow go in here.
Okay, and Shadow. Okay, all right. So you're gonna go hide in there. So that there is like angled, almost like a clamshell wood area. You can dive over the counter into it. It just has hanging curtains that are all burned up, but they're intact. When you land inside of this, you land into a pile of bodies, and they just explode out. I need a will save from you to stay in here.
You mean Constitution?
No, will. It's fear. Not sorry. I said will. Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Sorry.
Wisdom.
My phone.
That's what happens when you run 3 different saving throws.
3 different, yeah. Trust me. I do it all the time. Still call for that will save.
18.
18. You're good enough to stay in here. You're not frightened and want to barf from landing on all these. I mean, you eat living things, so.
Can I start stress eating the bodies while I'm...
Sure. Yes, you can. You can absolutely eat charcoal.
I love Matt's face.
She's eating charcoal. So you hear anyone ever grilled something and it fell in charcoal and you thought you got all the charcoal off?
Yeah.
That's what's happening right now. And the camera slides back to you opening it, and it hits the cage, and the cage slides out of the wagon.
I will say very quietly, feast.
Are you going to open the cage? You need to pick the lock to open the cage.
Oh, sure. Wait, I don't have a lockpick. Never mind. Wait,
You can try to break it. You can smash it with a weapon.
Oh no, Frankhouse, what are you doing?
What? I'm giving him options. This is what my job is.
Okay.
Why? How has this gotten this far? Can we all take a moment?
I just wanted to take him
Leave
with us.
the beast in the cage. We'll change plans.
Yeah.
We do not need this beast.
I'm not strong enough to break it either. So
Oh, thank God.
he probably would have just tried. And...
I would like to walk over and begin trying to shut things back. Can we move on?
Slid it out. If you get near this, I'm breathing fire on you.
Oh my God.
It is out. It hit the cage and slid itself out.
Ooh. All right.
And I'm behind them, right? Because I'm still in it, but I'm.
Yep.
I would
It
not
doesn't
be-
recognize that you're there because you made it look away because you're so special.
I'm so cute and special. I'm also realizing that I see what Geralt is trying to do. Okay, I pop out. And I say, I am Pepper Bristlebottom, and I would have been a tasty treat, and you missed your opportunity, you three-headed fool.
What are you doing? I was trying to protect you, Pepper.
It turns and you you ever see something trapped like when your cat's in a box and it's too big for the box and it turns, the box kind of moves with it. The whole cast iron metal cage turns with it and you see it sear its skin as it's turning in the cage, and all three heads go back and all three heads go forward and they breathe fire at Bristlebottom in the cage. I need you to make me your save. This is dexterity.
I get a dex save, but I'm a rogue, which means I have uncanny dodge.
Now, I'm going to give you an option. This is something I love to do with multi-headed creatures. Would you like to make one harder save? Or would you like to make 3 easy saves?
Oh.
That's a really good question.
I know what I would do.
You're going to make me make a dex save, correct?
Dexterity, yep. You're dodging this. If you have evasion, that will count. It's like, any spell.
Yeah, okay, so, okay, all right. I do have uncanny dodge. You know what, screw it. We're going to make 3 separate rolls.
Really? Okay, let's go.
Yeah, why not? 3 easy rolls. I mean, I'm getting a +9 on each of them, so.
Yeah, you can always roll one.
I just wanted to sleep.
I know.
I rolled 2 15s
Okay.
and a 10, so that would be a 2 24s and a 19.
Oh, easily. First gout. Second. The middle one blows hard and it hits the mail table instead of you, and the whole inside of the wagon is ablaze.
I quickly yell as I dodge out of the way. Get the cage in the wagon! While it's not looking at Geralt, of course.
Geralt, if you would like to charge and try to slam this thing up back into the wagon, you're welcome to. I see you're standing way out of the way of everything.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, you're tucked way over here.
I'm starting my character sheet. So yeah, move me over there.
Are you trying to move the cage back into the wagon?
Yes, please.
Give me an athletics check. This is heavy.
23.
Apparently not heavy enough. So as you slide this metal thing back in, what does this look like? And how are you closing the door as well, making it safe? And I'm assuming giving one of those angry Papa Bear speeches to everyone about not playing with infernal creatures.
It's very much, you have a powerlifting father. I have a very similar father. It's one of those just you kind of walk up disgruntled, lift the front end of a truck in front of everyone, and you're like, what just happened? Shove it in, close the door, put my back to it. It's like, now, listen here. Mira, we have no more time for your furry companions and friends. Nicholas, I do know that you need to sleep. That is no reason to let out hellhounds. And Miss Bristlebottom, please stop trying to sell yourself and your haunches to the first hound to save our skins. Can we please just begin moving on so that we can capture a criminal of the court and take these remains, and lift up the case, these remains of our dead king to the mill and perhaps resurrect him?
Me laying in the dead bodies with Shadow. I don't know what he's talking about.
Your cat's next to you also.
It's just
Not to mention, Shade is in the food cart. Probably eating too.
Considering the fact that this wagon is now on fire, its life expectancy has minimized. We should get out of here and find a safer place to rest for the evening.
I want to ask a very important question. Squirrel curiosity and all, there could have been answers to what's going on or where this needs to go in that thing. Before it incinerates itself, are you going to risk getting it out? I will treat it as a trap if you're going to do that.
I would like to know. I would like to know. Anybody else? Leave the gas on. No. Okay. Bristlebottom makes a dive for the burning into this thing and tries to scoop up what I can.
You're going for it.
Hell, why not?
All right. As you dive in, the cage, the creature inside slams around, turns. I need you to give me, I would say...
Can I try something to particularly make this easier for Bristol?
Yeah, you absolutely can. Now remember, the wagon is closed besides the back door now.
Me.
Yeah, I know. The problem.
And the front door, actually. The front and back door are open.
Yeah, the problem is the hellhound. So let's give them somewhere else to go.
Give them what?
I'm casting Shadow Portal.
Oh.
What? What does that do?
I'm creating a door in the nearest wall, which is going to be the wall of the
cage.
Wagon. Yeah, the cage.
Okay.
And it is immediately bound to a similar door up to 200 feet away. So I'm doing one of the doors that we came from. So I'm sitting it basically 200 feet.
Back into the direction you came from?
Yeah. The near door must be a place within 10 feet that you can see, while the distant door can be one that you can visualize or that you can describe by stating distance or directions.
So something you passed on the way here that would work as like an archway or a door. Okay.
Yeah.
You send it 200 foot away.
Mm-hmm.
Do I make a save?
Once the door is conjured, you can take actions normally to open pass through. Other creatures may do the same while the spell remains. The spell ends after the duration.
It's a choice.
No. Yeah, it's a choice, basically. And I'm going to basically tell them in Abyssal, go or starve.
All right. It takes the portal.
Nice.
And disappears.
I pat my tail out as I grab some more stuff really quick.
So as you're taking stuff and trying to get everything out safely, I would say dexterity save probably makes the most sense to pull things out of fire. Or if you have if you think you could do it with sleight of hand and not burn yourself while you're doing it, I would even allow that.
Well, I rolled a 17 on the dex.
Oh, that's solid. So you open up the rolling thing, and the fire's not inside yet, and it's a bunch of rows of little mail slots, right? Are you just grabbing as much as you can? Or are you reading it and grabbing specific stuff?
Anything that designates the mill.
Okay, so you grab the mail slot. There's a slot for that. Basically, there's stops along the way is what all these slots are.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, then I
So you start grabbing stuff? Okay. So you grab the mail slot that has the stuff for the mill. You grab stuff for, I'm assuming, this village. There's only one letter in here, and it is already open when you pull it out.
Oh, interesting. Grab it.
And then there's mail slots for a bunch of other places. And there is mail for the Gilded Glade, and it is packed full.
Oh, grab that one too. That seems important.
It is like a bundle, because the Gilded Glade's big.
Any authoritative badges, markings, patches?
There sure is.
That's helpful. Okay, great. That seems really important too. If I can manage to grab it, I've got all these bundles of paper, everything's on fire, and my squirrel foot comes out and tries to grab one more thing. Just one more thing before I go.
As you gather it all up and make your way back, the wagon is ablaze.
I come out, I'm holding a bit of stuff. I drop it kind of on the ground and show the spread.
I'll bend down and start organizing it as best I can.
Okay.
And then I grab whatever sigil or whatever it was that I pulled from my toes, and I present that. This also seemed extraordinarily important.
Ooh.
Okay.
No, stop it. Stop fighting things.
Are you still so are we all gathering somewhere then after this happens and praying to whatever god you do in the Shadowlands that the Hellhound doesn't make their way here?
The goal is to get the hell out of here before the Hellhound comes back. So,
Yeah,
I take all the
you.
gilded. Yeah, seems like a good idea.
Sure.
Yes?
I'm not arguing that at all.
Laying in this like common area, can I like just do like a little glance over? Because no one's
It's not even a common area. This was a games tent. It was made for people to like come play games, win prizes. So there's like burnt stuffed animals. One a kid is holding, like a small body. There is charred remains of like wooden dolls and stuff like that in here. So this is where like you come play a game, win a prize, and leave in this area in the town.
Okay. Can I search for secret doors or secret compartments? Knowing
What's your
that,
I mean, you can. What's your passive though?
I think it's
Perception.
14.
There's nothing here. It's just a room. It's just a carnival room.
Gotcha.
Does it look like this city was under a festival when they were attacked?
It does.
Well,
Remember what I said when we left? We were under the festival for the 2 moons.
Right.
5 days ago would have been the start of all of it.
While everybody's doing this, Nicholas is just going to kind of go to a corner by himself.
Okay.
And just start ritual casting.
How long? 10 minutes? You only
10
put this thing 200 foot away. You're on a clock.
It likes me.
Challenge, sir.
Boy,
That
that's
is not how I interpreted that situation.
that is what I like to call bravery. Stupid bravery.
I figure everybody's kind of messing around, so he's just gonna just slyly put his hand in his bag and start ritual casting Identify.
Okay. So you're going to cast Identify in your bag. Is it on what I think you're doing it on?
Yep.
Cool. I mean, cut and paste while the group decides what they're doing.
After Geralt has well organized these papers, I take all of the like Glade ones and I roll them and I slip them into that pocket that goes into nowhere. And then I take the next group and just kind of put them away so that they're hidden and we have them and they don't encumber us in any way. And then Bristlebottom comes over to Nicholas, who's got his hand in his bag, suspiciously, maybe, who knows, and says, I feel that I must say thank you for your daft efforts in saving my phone.
Well, I didn't want you to be, one second, it maybe says a few more arcane words, eaten by hellhounds.
Yes, I don't want you eaten by hellhounds either, which is why maybe we should take to the road.
Yes, just gather everyone up. I do believe I do believe I saw they were looking for
We're ready to go when y'all are.
That is our cue.
Okay.
Maybe we should continue forward towards the mill and maybe the hound won't follow.
Of course. I'll be right there.
What a pleasant idea. If only we had thought of this, 10 minutes ago. Everything went the hell quick.
Trust me, it'll take me no time at all to catch up to all of you. Fortunately, I have these, and he points to his shoes.
Oh, lucky.
Okay, nice.
Is there, in fact, another wagon?
That
wagon.
one that's the food one could technically work as a wagon, but the wheels are taken off right now. You'd have to take the time to put them back on.
Okay. I was about to say, yeah, no. None of that.
It's like a tiny home where they like parked it and it's here now.
Okay, no, never mind.
But other than that, no. Outside into the village somewhere, I would say, yeah, you could find a wagon somewhere else. If you go out into the shadow, into the rest of the village and look a little bit. And you're going to have to travel through the shadow at some point.
Anyways, I was just thinking maybe we could help out our friend as he casts his ritual and put him in a wagon and...
Wait, why is he casting a ritual?
It's just something that I need to do for maintenance for my spell book to make sure that it's guarded against
Deception roll.
darkness.
Proper maintenance is not something to take lightly.
Deception roll, please.
15 plus 19. Just basic maintenance for my spell book is all.
Yeah.
And With these boots of shadow walking, my movement is enhanced in the shadow roads and across long distances. It'll take no time at all for me to catch up to all of you.
Sure, yeah, that's true. That part's all true.
I don't feel entirely comfortable leaving you behind.
Yeah, that's the part, Mr. I am the shadow. We're kind of lost without you, and we can't really leave this place without you.
Look, if anything, our friend Geralt here has the ultimate protection in the use of his daylight spell. It would behoove me to keep a distance from him in that regards anyway.
Okay. Once again, the daylight spell was a very wise decision if there were more vampires and things around. I keep feeling like everyone's knocking the daylight spell.
No, I think it was
knocking the daylight spell.
Okay, it's the way that you're saying.
We just don't like daylight.
And then no one's listening to me when I say, "Hey, let's not leave the vampire alive. Hey, let's not pet the hellhound."
Come on, man.
You know what we should do? Let's go run into burning wagons and pull out some paper. All we had to do was continue going an hour that way.
Okay, we're all going together. Geralt wants us to go this way. Geralt, let's go. I pull up Sir Nicholas. You can cast and walk at the same time. Let's go.
Actually, that is quite difficult.
Geralt, can you carry him?
Absolutely. So how does this work, Nicholas? Can you do a ritual spell like on your tummy as I'm like cradling you?
That is not how this works.
A ridiculous scene.
So the group, as you cast that and you finish it, I'm going to hit send in a second. What I want to know from the party is, are you just moving away to rest again, or are you moving to the mill? You've already traveled for 8 hours, probably 8 hours and 30 minutes at this point you've been awake, which isn't that long. Or sorry, 10 hours and 30 minutes.
10 hours, yeah.
I am immune.
I thought we'd just get to the outskirts of the city and find a safer place to rest.
Okay, then I need a survival check from whoever is doing that. Are you doing it after Nicholas finishes his ritual casting? Because that's 10 minutes. Or are you going to leave him behind and then he's got to try to find you? That means he will make his own survival check.
Let's wait, I think. I think we should wait.
We should wait?
It should only be about 4 more minutes at this point.
That's fine.
Sure, right, yeah. Okay. For a dog that runs at 60.
Oh, I rolled a nat 1 this time. All of this arguing is tearing us apart. I can't concentrate.
So as you sit there and finish your ritual casting, going through and looking at everything and doing whatever it is you're doing, the group starts to hear howls in the distance. And then you hear your hound echo a response.
No!
And this is why I told you we need to go.
I can only point out so many times they're part of the same pack. I can only point this out so many times.
As soon as the howling begins, I find a very nice hidey hole. I would like to hide.
And the ritual casting finishes as that howl happens.
Oh, my spellbook is safe. All right.
Wait, actually, would that counteract his spell if the hound went off?
No, he already did it for the day. This is them just talking to each other.
Okay, gotcha.
This is like call and response. Like Marco Polo, that's what's going on.
Rolled a 23 to hide.
That's good. That's good.
Oh, so we're not moving now?
We can move, but until we are physically on the road, Pepper is not interested in being hound
I'm looking to get on the road as soon as possible.
Oh, yes, of course. Let's go.
All right.
So now you're all about this. You could have done this somewhere else.
Is there a way to tell the distance from those wolves from us by the howl?
Perception or survival?
Okay.
I'll give you either one. One's a different DC.
Let's do perception then. Let's do... Where are you? Oh, it's alphabetical. That's right. 18.
18. He's about 400 foot from here. He's circling the town. Probably looking for food.
Run.
Right.
And the song begins. Run. If running is what we're doing, I will need athletics from everybody. And whoever's leading needs to make a survival as well to get us to the mill.
Pepper bottom?
We'll handle failed checks if failed checks happen. We're going to do this like a skill challenge, so.
Okay. I would like to maybe take to the rooftops and do acrobatics instead of athletics. That'd be dope.
I am fine with that. I mean, you gave me a good reason.
I flying squirrel this biz.
Okay.
Nat 20.
All right. For which one? Your athletics or who's leading survival too?
I will probably lead the athletics because.
Well, you just did an athletics, so that's athletics check.
Nat 20.
It's one success.
I'm lost, y'all.
Hang on.
She runs in a straight line, but not one that is the right way.
Okay, I rolled a 19 acrobatics and a 21 survival.
That I got last game.
Nope, they don't carry from show to show.
Oh,
that is some shenanigans.
Hey, we're playing horror. We're not playing heroics. So, Dot, what did you say that Pepper got?
19 acrobatics, 21 survival.
Okay, that's 3 before 5. That's enough to get everybody through, even with the failure. As you tell her where to go, you're up high. You can kind of see the low clinging shadows that are below the eaves lines on the houses, yelling for people where to go. And you can see fire in the distance, 400 foot, 200 foot.
This way? I'm on all fours, like running from roof to roof, trying to lead us down the streets to get us the hell out of here.
Her failed check would have doubled you right into it.
But this way? I turn a hard left.
Still following.
As you break line of the shadow out of this way, making your way towards the mill, you can see the large fan blades of the mill slowly turning. As the night and the shadow parts, that hour travel running from this beast that was behind you, you see him in the clear. Surrounding the mill is a small village where people would be staying and living, but you don't see any smoke from anything. The only thing that seems to have any resemblance of life is the mill itself. When you get close, the fans of the blade have fur pelts, leather, anything that you would dry like as leathers to make leather out of skin, fill the fan blades. And this patchwork quilt of skins and furs. Are you camping before you get to the mill for a long rest? Or would you like to camp at the mill? Because you have a bunch of paperwork, you haven't read through it all.
I would love to
camp before the mill.
There are hounds out here.
You think you've lost it or it stayed in the village so far?
We've been on the road roughly under an hour, right?
About an hour, yep. You're probably about, I'd say 15 minutes from being able to walk into the mill. Or further, your choice. I'm not going to tell you where you camp, but I know you wanted to clear the elven village.
It depends on if Nicholas needs to do anything else to his spell book, I think.
There is shelter right there. I understand that it may be scary, but I think it is arrogant to think that a hundreds of pound bear, a tasty squirrel, some cat, and another wolf wouldn't attract starving wolves maybe 400 feet away while we're sleeping. I think we should go into the mill.
So just for my knowledge, so we're 50 minutes outside of the town we just left, about 10 to 15 minutes from the mill itself. And it's what, wilderness out here or open field?
This area here is rolling fields. There are some patches of trees as well, like in the middle of the fields that they made their fields around. So there is cover if you would like cover to stay in. There's a bunch of birch trees.
We may not be the only people staying in the mill.
The only thing that seems to have any resemblance of life is the mill that is moving. You see no light, and you see no fires from people being here. And remember, we're in fall, so there would be fires stoked in the middle of the night.
Should I go scout it?
If you want to do a scout, I will let you do a skill challenge roll to scout on your own and come back.
I still have my very cool special shadow binding thing to help me with the stealth check. Gains an advantage.
Why don't we read some of those papers while you scout ahead then?
Oh, yes, I empty my pockets. They seem to come out of nowhere.
Okay,
if you like, you can scout and I can start reading the paperwork.
Very helpful.
What? That's what I just said.
Oh no, I was simply agreeing with you. Unless you wanted to read the paperwork, I love reading.
Now I'm feeling
Let
like
us all read the paperwork.
I feel like I'm just being overlooked, and I'm like, no, I can read it, and I like.
Of course.
And I say these were for the Gilded Glade. These were for the local townspeople, and this one tells us a little bit more, or was at least destined for the mill. And then I hit all fours and hopefully tuck my tail down so this kind of the grass of this plain area kind of hides me as I on all fours, and I'm just going to scout it and come straight back.
Well, then, Pepper, I will leave them on that map. I will give you a skill challenge roll. You cannot use the same skill back to back. So you could do stealth and then acrobatics. You could and then do stealth again. You could do acrobatics, stealth, whatever you want for the scene that I set before you. I'm going to show you the map.
Okay.
Depending on how well you roll, I will also show you the things that reside within this mill.
Okay.
You're a squirrel. That means the best thing is you're by yourself. You can run through the walls. You can scurry through areas where no one else can. You can be in the eaves, the soffits, and the crossbeams. But failure means they're going to hear screams, probably.
Okay. Well, definitely feel like a stealth and acrobatics are my two best
let's start with the stealth for the first floor. I brought you over to it.
Okay.
So in Roll20, for those who don't know, you can drag a name in the bottom, and you can drag it to a map layer, and it splits the party.
Yeah. The thing everybody loves.
The thing I love. This is a quick little less than a couple minutes. We'll see how you do.
All right. I get advantage on this because of my...
So it's your first check and your first description of the mill.
A 30.
So moving into the mill, and you scour the first floor, running across the broken parts that have fallen. The mill is running, and when you do get here, you do see light at the center of this place. This place is nothing but a trophy room. There are animals, people, you name it, mounted either to the walls or stuffed and lined the halls here. As you come in, you can hear the screams and whispers as you pass by them within 5 foot of each of the creatures that have passed.
As if, like, their spirits remains?
As if something remains and is speaking to you. In numerous languages. All the eyes are solid black with a little bit of a purple glow on the edges. And you just hear them in the area. Not like they're directly speaking to you, but they're conversing. And they repeat the same thing over and over. Sometimes it's, I'm hidden, they can't find me. The other times it's, no, I'll give you what you want.
Interesting.
And this place is full. As you get through the main hall here, with that stealth, there at the end is a stuffed, or so it seems to be, rhino against that back wall. Behind it is a ladder. It looks like one you'd use to climb into an attic. And when this was a mill and used full time, this is probably how you went up the mill. Mm-hmm. When you move across this area, you can hear things moving inside of it.
Of the rhino?
Inside the rhino. It is loud. Like, have you ever been in a house that is desolate, but you can actually hear the bugs in the walls, like chewing and pulling things? That is what it sounds like when you pass this thing.
Okay, that's a stranger danger hardcore. Okay.
Would you like to move on to the second floor?
I would prefer to use acrobatics to climb on the exterior, if at all possible, up to the next floor.
And looking through the windows and stuff like that?
Yeah, for safekeeping.
Okay, absolutely.
There's a 22.
A 22. All right, let's move you to the second one.
Just to get a full glimpse of what's going on here.
The second floor that is here, while the party is back looking over notes and figuring out what's going on, is a roof that is disheveled and falling apart. Inside, you hear snoring of not one, not two, but 3 creatures.
Okay.
What do you get on your acrobatics to make your way along this safely?
22.
Are you happy with that?
I don't think I have another means of re-rolling it.
Unless you have a way to give yourself inspiration right now through one of your backgrounds. I would prefer one you haven't used yet.
I was thinking that too. Let me see what Pepper hasn't used yet. I mean, a 22 is pretty good. It's not like the worst thing ever.
No, it's not. I mean, technically, in DCs for this, you're looking at you passed a hard.
With a 30 stealth and a 22, hopefully.
You feel comfortable?
Yeah, screw it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So going around the centerpiece, and we go around the back, walking around the ledge between floors that would be the floor. Behind this, you see a bridge that crosses into a taller tower behind it. That has machinery running off the back of the mill. There are long axles that go from the mill to the other building. And they are turning right now, and there are tons of lights in this tower that stands in like the shadow of the windmill.
Huh.
But in the windmill itself on this floor, you see not one, but 2 spellhounds. When you round to the north side of it, I'm going to pull everything on screen for you, which the audience can see, then you'll be able to see, but you're going to have to describe this to the party of your own accord. On the back part, there is this weird tri-mouth creature. I'm going to blow it up for you. It is slumbering next to bookshelves. It is surrounded by bile, and it is sleeping in it. The 2 spellhounds are on the opposite side of the building. This thing is chained in this area, probably can't leave this room successfully, but it is out of food very similarly to the Hellhound. The spellhounds are not chained. They're able to roam freely. So they have brought food back in, but they don't seem to dare to pass close to this thing. The ladder goes up one more floor, and you're guessing that's the bridge that goes across to the other tower.
To the other tower. Should I finish scouting, y'all? Just get the whole lay of the land and bring it back?
Kind of hard for you to talk to him.
I know.
So far away.
I feel like I should at least know what's in this other tower, since that seems to be what you said all of the mechanics and the lines and the light is going
basically
there.
2 towers connected by axles that go across.
Yeah.
So as this windmill turns, it's doing something there.
Oh, it's powering it.
Correct.
Are there windows on that tower?
There are, but the shutters are all closed right now. At least from what you can see. It's probably, I'd say, 100 foot across to the next one, because the base is so large and it kind of tapers up.
Okay.
But the windmill itself, if you go up more, it's just going to go up to a platform where you cross. But if you want to make a last one to get out of here, or if you want to venture further, that's on you. I will cut back to the party looking through letters.
I feel like I should go back because it's very clear whatever main thing they're trying to do, potentially this resurrection, is happening inside of this other tower.
Correct.
I'm a wise enough fellow to understand that, and getting eaten tonight by a tri-face being is not on the cards for me.
It's not face. It's one face, if it even has eyes.
Oh, it's a what is that? Thirded
a mouth?
Yeah, it's Orphis. I don't like it. So Pepper, I don't like it. Or the bile, though I have a really bad idea.
Would you like to do that bad idea now?
They still haven't noticed me, right? I don't need a distraction to get out of here.
As far as you know, you haven't been seen, but you do have one more roll to get out of here, or if you want to venture further in.
All right, let me make this roll to get out of here before I decide to do anything too crazy. No.
If you're going to do something crazy, you got to do it before your roll to leave, because that roll is leaving. Do you want to do something crazy and then roll your roll to leave?
So I have this magical item that unlocks locks at a distance.
It does.
I
know what you're thinking. This is a horrifying idea.
This creature and only this creature.
Would you like to make a knowledge check on this creature?
I mean, I could try.
You guys should have cast message before she left. I just want to point that out.
I can cast message.
Would you like to cast message and describe this thing?
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I'm hanging on the edge of this house. I'm
sitting on the ledge. You know how towers have that nice stone lip that goes around?
Yeah, and I cast message to Nicholas because I know Nicholas can respond in message.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Right?
Nicholas, you're in the middle of reading all these wonderful letters. Which packet of letters are you reading when she interrupts you? Are you reading ones about the mill, ones about the glade, or ones about the elven town you just fled from?
I'm reading. I'm going to leave those to Nira.
Okay.
Nicholas crossed.
Not dividing and conquering.
Yeah, Nicholas felt like, you know what? I'm so sorry to have overstepped my bounds. Please, you have to handle those letters. And then he kind of went off to the side to read the letter that he got from his dragonkin friend.
It's a potion with a label on it. I would need you to give me a perception check. If you have any levels in Thief, it will be easy for you. Easier.
I do not.
If not, it is a very difficult thing to read.
What if I cast Comprehend Language?
Yeah, I would definitely 100%. I'll give you the rogue's version of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
smart,
gonna be,
by the way, smart.
You gotta have that in your spell book.
Yo, dude,
so I'm gonna ritual cast Comprehend.
I'm a wizard. I'm a wizard full time. So
we keep these things on us.
So comprehend languages. I will add this to this for you. Is there anything else you'd like to do while I'm giving you the cut and paste of what the potion bottle says?
I would also like to check out the ring. I want to identify that while everybody's kind of busy reading papers.
Wait, other thing you broke up for me there.
I'm going to identify the ring while everybody's busy reading papers.
Nothing. There's nothing magical. It's just a status quo piece.
Gotcha. Then it's just
you don't even need to cast for that because we identified that last time. That it was just a status quo piece.
And then after that, I guess the message comes through.
Okay, what's your message? What do you say there, Pepper?
I say, salutations, friend. I have news from the windmill. And it is not good.
I don't assume anyone expected it to be good.
It seems to be heavily occupied by more of these magical hounds and a creature I've never seen before. Its face splits open. It's putrid and has bile surrounding it. And it seems they are using the windmill to power some nefarious plan in the tower amongst the back.
Oh my. Can I try an arcana check to see if I recognize what this monster is?
Ooh, okay. It'll be a little harder, obviously, because you can't see it.
Right.
It falls under... Boy. I think it's arcane, if I remember correctly. Dungeon. It's under dungeon.
Hmm.
All right, so roll arcana for it?
Yeah, arcana, yep.
Okay. That is a...
I'm a little worried that he gets this.
21.
21. Okay, I'll give you the name.
Okay.
And I'll let you ask one question about it. It is known as a Parzival. Parzzz'Val. Parzival. It's a 6-legged creature with a almost like Gorgon-like mouth that opens, dripping in bile.
That's the one. That's the one.
It's an aberration.
It is heavily chained. They seem afraid of it. I have the urge to unlock the lock.
Why?
Because I thought, well, if they're afraid of it, maybe it'll eat them in the middle of the night, and then we don't have to deal with it in a few hours.
Let the monster loose to murder everything in there. Hey, are you a trapped troll? Yeah. Would you like to kill the people who trapped you? Yeah. Here you go, buddy.
You know, that just may be the most brilliant idea I've ever thought of, Pepper. I mean, I've ever heard, Pepper.
You know, my aunt used to say, work smarter, not harder.
I just want to point out that during this, Geralt is just kind of like, oh, good, things have kind of calmed down. Not letting out any monsters. Everyone's doing their job, reading books, or just, okay, everyone's reading letters. Okay, it's good. It's good. Good camp. Good camp.
As personal as our messaging has been, I did expect maybe you would share it with the rest of our party.
Oh, of course. I'm sharing it as we speak.
Lies.
Frankhouse, remember I get one question.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, anyone in the Shadow Realm?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but you have to put it on.
Okay.
Okay. I'm listening.
Oh, no, not yet. Oh.
I hope you can dodge an axe. You're so dead.
What'd you say?
I hope you can dodge an axe. That's all I'm saying. So what are you doing?
I'm going to share the message.
Okay.
Pepper has infiltrated the windmill, and there's a grotesque monster inside. And
Do you have a question on this beast?
yeah, my question on the beast is, does it have magical capacity? Because it is next to two spellhounds.
Like casting?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
No, there's no magical ability. The only thing that's even semi-magical about this creature is they are near impossible to kill.
Okay. Cool.
They are known to survive like baths in fire, jumping, out of 8-story buildings, being shot to death as it's running away. They are near impossible to kill.
Okay.
That's the only magical thing I would say that you would know.
So what's the consensus? Should I release it?
Good.
So-
Everyone's just chilling out.
Nira, girls,
Well, he's asking you to. Okay.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay.
Pepper has an idea.
Excellent. Okay. What is it?
I, for one, think that it is a rather clever one.
Oh, okay.
Pepper would like to unleash one of the monstrosities in the windmill. Wait, I know that face, Geralt. In order for them to clear out the rest of the monsters in the windmill. It's only Pepper there, and Pepper can do this at a distance, so this will only affect what's already in the windmill, and we're already quite a ways away. And as you've seen, I can create a portal to give us even more distance.
As this is being said to me, in my head, I'm just picturing Geralt's bare ears just far off in the distance, just hearing like a little howl. I'm just like, no. Leave that creature alone.
Question.
Do not let loose that
what
beast.
type of creature is it?
It doesn't matter. What is with letting beast loose?
Well, that's what I want to know. Like, if it's like another
It is
spellbound.
chaotic. It is a chaotic aberration.
No. He didn't tell us what it was. He just said there was a monstrosity.
No, he knows. Oh, I was going to say, he knows what it
He
is.
didn't tell us.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
he's acting
You're
like
just
he
saying
doesn't
it's a
know.
monstrosity.
Yep.
Check. In scene, it's a monstrosity.
What type of monstrosity is this? Before we agree or
A
disagree.
bile spitting one. Unfortunately, I don't know the details.
What that? So what does it do? How big is it?
Currently, not much. It's restrained.
All we need to do is capture Iragog and bring them back to court.
He's already been sent back to court.
We already.
I've
have
already
it.
come-
In his ashes.
I know,
You were
I know.
coming here to resurrect your king.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
All right, just make sure.
All we gotta do is capture Iragog, return him back to court. In doing so, we just need to come back to the mill, raise his case, to resurrect our dead king and become heroes.
I will go.
There's no need to let loose strange beasts amongst the land. They
I
can just
will-
sneak in.
I will start looking to see if there's some sort of like paperwork or invoice on the monsters there, because all the hounds have been transported, right?
Okay, so I'll let you have an investigation roll on the paperwork, the letters, and stuff that are going to the mill.
Yeah.
Nice. Smart move.
I think. Okay, well, let me just
Get a pen and paper ready or somewhere to type, because I'm going to give you a list if you make a good check.
I don't want to keep Pepper waiting, so one
That's
moment.
okay. It's only been moments. She's safe on the outside of a
Yeah,
building
I'm
with
sitting
windows.
on the roof eating
No,
a small
it's
nugget,
okay,
like-
guys. I'm lying. The message back to
17.
What did you say, Nira?
17.
17. Okay, so yes, there is a couple things here. There are to and from, so they're two separate packages. From going out was the gilded chest, the gilded steamer trunk, the suitcase,
Okay, gilded
and
chest.
3 other gilded suitcases that have been dropped off in other cities in the Shadowlands. Empty. The return has the one you currently have that is being brought back to the mill. So 3 went out, 1's coming back. Dates on the letters are all before the 6 days of festival for the 2 moons.
Okay.
On top of that, monsters that were being shipped to the mill, dead or alive, 17 spellhounds are coming in. 42 shadow mastiffs are coming in. 100 random amount of elves, humans, dwarfs, gnomes are being shipped out.
Oh.
And the grand hunt started when the moons came up. The target for the hunt is all the people spread throughout the Shadowlands. And at the bottom of it, signed, is the Lord of Coins.
That little...
So they are sending out basically, hey, here's all the people we've let free somewhere in the Shadowlands. Each one of you that are a hunter that want to join our group, here's your dog. Go do it. Bring them back. You will be paid. On that list is the King of the Glade, is one of the main people to be hunted. Coming back in those letters is the vampire's name with that stuff.
Signed by Coinmaster.
The Lord of Coins. He does not have a name. That's just his title. If anyone wants to make a history check on the Lord of Coins that is present at the camp right now, can. I'm telling you right now that it is a pretty difficult check to make. He is not well known. You're looking 19. At a 20.
Ah, mother.
History.
History, correct?
I'm nibbling a nut.
Yep. There's probably one left up here from another squirrel in the squirrel stash for squirrels that come here.
I can't do it.
Thieves can't. Squirrel nuts.
Yeah, squirrel nuts. It's got like an arrow.
I would like to know more about the Lord of Coins, please.
Would you tell people or keep it yourself?
Come on, dude.
Okay. I will give you information. Everything has changed. With that said, what are you telling Pepper?
General consensus is we believe that you should release the monster.
What? No, that was not the general consensus.
Can I tell if he's lying?
Would you like to roll a sense motive?
Yeah, I guess I'll do an insight.
Insight on him, yeah, for sense motive.
If he's lying?
Sure, yeah.
A 14 versus your deception?
It's just words. You can't see his face. It's really hard to tell.
Hold on, let me get
well done. I thought it was a brilliant plan as well. I shall release the creature.
That'll be a 22. I love being a changeling.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. Knowing what was said, or what the group consensus was, I will stand up, put another nut back for the one that I took, because you never know when there's another squirrel up here that deserves...
Take a nut, leave a nut.
Yeah, take a nut, leave a nut, and I...
That's a sure way to happen.
Yeah.
No way that'll get taken out of context.
I remove this like oversized lock and this magical key, and I kind of peer my head upside down through the window at the creature and stare at the lock that's binding its chains, and take a very deep breath, knowing that I've got to now outrun this situation, and I unclick the lock, unlocking his chains.
The first thing I need is a stealth check for you to leave the premise. If you're leaving, are you going back to camp, or are you going into the into the Wizard's Tower, into the tower?
No, I'm going back to them. I'm trying to get the hell out of here.
Give me that check.
All right, this one will be
they're
with
going to be
advantage.
running to you on no rest.
At a 17.
Are you happy with that? Because I'm going to roll this creature's ability to sense you.
Right. I mean, I already rolled it with advantage, technically.
Oh, okay. So I'm just rolling against you then. So perception. 16.
Oh.
As it stands up, you can hear it lick the tile, like the cobblestone floors here, and it licks along the frame of the window, and you see some of the blocks fall. As it licks, the mortar melts, and it falls off of the mill. and it turns, and you hear hoo, from the two spellhounds. From a distance back at the camp, you all hear the howls. Your dog goes to howl in response. Nira, would you like to stop it?
I would like to stop Shade.
Cool. Give me a handle animal. That doesn't look like you're happy with that roll.
No, I'm not. It's a 9.
This big, strong spellhound gets its head up, and you go to stop it, like, no. And it, in response to those, Pepper, the way you came in, you jumped on one of the windmill flags that go down, and you start crawling, and the whole windmill comes to a screeching halt from their screams. And you hear grinding, and you see the other tower, and lightning strikes the tower behind it. There is no storm right now. This purple and gold bolt strikes something at the top once. It lights up about a mile around the area, and then it goes back to shadow. And you are making your way back. I scoop my tail up,
and I hit the shadows, and I run as fast as my little feet will take me.
You make your way back to the group. What would you all like to do?
As soon as I arrive, I very proudly stand upright and I say, I did it, I released the beast, just as you...
What? No!
No! That is not what we wanted!
But that is what the message came back saying!
Perhaps something was lost in translation. I'm so sorry.
Alright, Nicholas. What? We decided as a group... Well, and I pull out some of that jerky I found earlier. We decided, as a group,
Frankhouse, I cast a spell while they're talking.
That
sure, I'll check Discord.
We're not going to release this thing.
Or I'll check,
Why in the blue hell? Mm-hmm. Why in the blue hell would you tell her to release it, Nicholas?
Buddy.
Nicholas.
Sorry, I was a little distracted.
Doing what? Sending wrong messages? I'm waiting.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Oh, my God. Are you casting this on him?
Yep.
I need a Christmas save from you right now, Nicholas.
Did you reach your DMs?
Oh, shit. Son, do you have a spell level for it?
Yes, dude. I've got tons of them.
And is that then you have to roll, right, for that?
Let's see. Depends on if it is. I'll put it in chat. There's a whole wizard battle happening right now.
Two shadows just duking it out right now. I think you just cast it and it goes away if you use the spell, if I'm not mistaken. Ooh. All right, well, while you're doing that, you cast the spell. You see when you go to the shadow stands up out of him. Girl, you can see it, and it waves away what you're doing in an attempt to counterspell your spell.
Okay, I have a second personality trait. Not only do I always have a plan, but I am incredibly slow to trust. And I have started to trust Nicholas. And those who seem the fairest are often the most having the most to hide. So I'm just gonna roll an insight.
I got a 17 total.
I got a 19!
There is something off about everything.
All right, everyone. First off, I don't feel the need for everyone to cast spells at each other. Now let's talk like reasonable people.
That's why.
Well, I'm still waiting on my answer.
Yes, your answer. Listen, I made a mistake.
How do you make that big of a mistake?
Well, the arcane arts are very difficult. Just the equations needed to cast a basic cantrip can be mind-boggling. It takes years to do something as simple as a little bit of conjuration with fire. That being said, we never actually came to an agreement, and so in the midst of trying to explain that, the cantrip can only go so far and communicate so many words. And
so what you're saying is that you thought that all of us didn't come to an agreement, even though we came to an agreement. You agreed with that agreement, and then you decided to do your own thing. So what I'm getting at here is I cast the spell trick question. He has a wisdom save as I'm going on this ramble. And did you lie to us about your message answer? Did you? And if he fails the check, he has to answer it truthfully in one word.
Amazing!
I'm really sorry.
Welcome to the lovely court of Shadow, everybody. The Shadow game is being played
That
right
is a
now.
20. That is a 21. 16 plus 5.
I would like to cast Unluck on that as a reaction. You bring misfortune to target's endeavor, the affected creature has disadvantage on the roll.
Roll again!
That is a 17 instead.
What was the difficulty?
I believe it's
DC
15.
Oh! Between him and the Shadow, you can see the hands of the Shadow wrap around his face and kind of pull away the spell that you're casting, and it sucks back down into its normal state.
Also, if I could just have everybody make me an intelligence saving throw for a second, because I feel like we need to erase the last 5 minutes of what's going on with me.
620 on the dumbest person here. What'd you get?
Mine is an 11 plus whatever my check.
Yo, I can't plan this kind of stuff other than put the items in place to make sure it happens. Amazing, you all.
15.
Oh, you made it. So everybody knows that it's me that's done all this, and it's just, listen, I would like to explain if I could.
Yeah, now's the time to do it.
Okay.
No lies.
Nope, no lies. Things the way they are wrong, don't you think? I feel as though we're not free to be ourselves. So often we have to stifle our true desires and ambitions. You love creatures and the animals, and so often along our travels we've tried to suppress that part of you, and you, girl, you are a firm, strong, and stalwart guide, and you've been partnered with us, and I can tell that it's driving you mad. And Pepper, you are as chivalrous and as honorable a creature as I've ever seen, and we're all stuck together. It's madness, and things need to change. Things in the Shadow Realm need to change.
What is your plan to change it then? Because all I heard was you trying to butter us up for a second, but we never got an answer.
This is starting to sound like sedition. And I will not allow that.
So tell us, Sir Nicholas, what is your ambition, and why do you feel like it needs to change? I don't want any of this buttercup that you've been spreading around here. We're tired of it. We know something's up, we know something's off, and we don't have the time to mess around with it. So get to the answer right now.
My ambition boils down to a question, which is...
No, that's not an answer.
No, it is. And I'll be honest with you. I would like to ready an action.
Okay.
I go, wait, Sir Nicholas, wait.
My ambition is simply to ask the question, who should really decide who's king?
This is a good question, an astute question, in which we can debate at a later time.
Wait, no.
Weapons getting drawn.
Hold on. Nicholas, what? That is still not an answer. What do you want?
Starting to smell like traitor here. I'm just gonna say.
I don't think it smells like a traitor. I think it sounds like a very confused man.
Sounds like a good queen might say otherwise.
Murdered, put in his case.
This one here.
Yes, that.
And because of all of this hunt stuff. So what do you mean? Who decides who's king? What do you mean? Because I'm very confused right now.
Sir Nicholas.
Yes.
What's in the bag?
Opportunity.
Is your hand in the bag, Nicholas?
That is the most
My
truthful
hand is
thing
in the bag.
you've ever said.
And
I need a wisdom save from you. At disadvantage. Because you've touched this more than once now.
16.
Oh, no.
A what?
16.
The urge is very strong, but you fight it off to use it.
I just think since we have lost the king, perhaps the fates have been kind and we have stumbled upon someone more worthy for the throne, is all.
And who might that be, Sir Nicholas?
Okay.
I am
okay, that's it.
I immediately start like pointing to Shade because that's the newest member of the party.
Your dog is gone.
Yeah. Puppy.
With your passive, you see it as ran towards the mill.
And who
The pack.
who do you think that is, Sir
Shade.
Nicholas?
Heal.
Gone.
All right, so
You failed your last check with it, and it went back to the pack.
I would like to do two things.
Yeah?
My readied action was a spell.
Okay, what was your spell? Are you casting this spell?
Yes, it's Misty Step.
All right, where would you like to Misty Step to?
Out of sight.
Somewhere into the shadows? Because the
Yes.
Shadowlands are all around you.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, you Misty Step. Okay,
Then I
you
would
did
like
ready
to,
in action.
Then I would like to put on the crown.
Okay, so with that said, I'm going to give the group a chance to react because that is only fair. You readied your action. You're casting your spell. The first question I'll have, or do any of you have the ability to counter spell and stop what he's doing right out of the gate?
I do not have counters.
No.
Then I would need initiative from all of you. Since you readied your action, Nicholas, I will give you advantage. I think that makes sense.
With my weapon drawn, I mentioned it. Does that help
you have
me
it
at all?
already. That's fine.
Okay, okay.
Now, I will point out, killing or hurting him, he is considered part of the Guardians. You should technically just bring him in if you are going to take action against him, because this will play poorly on you in the courts if you were to strike him down.
I'm so sorry.
It's a heads up.
Yes.
Well, I rolled a 1 on my initiative anyway, so I'll just wait on
okay.
that one.
I rolled a 21.
21, okay.
I'm not going to beat it. I got a 19.
Oh, and what did you get, Pepper? 21? And what did you get, Noir?
23. 19 plus 4.
In a flash of shadow, as the camera closes in, his shadow envelops him and pulls him into the shadow on the ground. And you see his hand pulling the crown out of the bag as he vanishes.
No.
And he disappears. When you put the crown on, we'll start next episode with your saves to not die. So thank you, everybody, for joining us for episode 3. This was supposed to be the Tower of Bullets, and they're going there. But there's been a delay as someone decided they needed to be king. We'll see you on episode 4, everybody.
Just couldn't wait.